This is the discussion component for Chapter 1, Paragraph 21 of George Orwell's 1984. And the vocabulary words that I have selected today are grinding, hiss, backslider, and heresy. But before we talk about those words, what do you call it when a chicken leaves an egg? Do you know what that verb is? No? Well, stay tuned to find out. At the end of this episode, we are going to talk about that word, and we're going to use it in a way that means to make a secret plan. All right, let's get started with the word grinding. The verb to grind is kind of a hard, circular motion. It's used a lot when talking about making food because a lot of times you have to grind something to make it smaller. So for example, you grind coffee. It starts with the little bean and then it becomes sort of like a powder, and that is through the grinding process. Or you grind pepper. So it's a movement, and it's kind of a destructive movement. And also it's used a lot in machines. So you can see these gears moving behind me. Those are grinding gears. And if you think about it, they probably make a pretty ugly noise if it doesn't have a lot of oil or some kind of lubrication. So the word grinding, it's a hard, destructive word. And when Winston talks about the grinding speech that he hears on the telescreen, what do you imagine that kind of sound could be? Do you think that's a pleasant sound, a grinding speech? What kind of noise do you think grinding is? Grinding is like a never-ending, unpleasant thing. So this grinding speech, it hurts the ears. It's never-ending. It keeps going and going and going. It's not nice. This is not a nice speech. Oh, I'm sorry. I guess you couldn't hear me because of that hissing noise. Hiss is like the sound of angry ear. You can hear it with steam if you're boiling water under pressure, or it's the sound an angry cat makes. If a cat is trying to warn you, stay away from me, it will make the hissing noise. It's the sound of a snake. And it can also be the sound of angry people. In paragraph 21 it says, let's see, as usual, the face of Emmanuel Goldstein, the enemy of the people, had flashed on the screen. There were hisses here and there among the audience. There were hisses. People were saying, "Tss." They were angry. Hiss is the sound of angry air. Part of paragraph 21, it says, as usual, the face of Emmanuel Goldstein, the enemy of the people, had flashed on the screen, and there were hisses here and there among the audience. Hiss. The little sandy-haired woman gave a squeak of mingled fear and disgust. Goldstein was the renegade and backslider who once, long ago, had been one of the leading figures of the party. The word renegade means somebody who goes against the rules, or somebody who goes against an organization that they belong to. So Goldstein is a renegade because he used to be one of the party members, and now he goes against the party. So he is considered a bad person, a renegade, somebody who goes against their beliefs. And backslider, you know, the term slide, it's an action like this. This is sliding, going up or going down, going this way. So sliding is that kind of motion. And backsliding is a term used when somebody is doing the right thing, supposedly, and then goes in reverse and starts doing the wrong thing. So if you're on a diet and then you cheat and you eat bad things, you are backsliding on your diet. You were supposedly doing the right thing, and now you're doing the wrong thing. This could be used for following a religion. So if you're following a religion and you follow all of the rules, but then you start doing some bad things for a couple of weeks, you are backsliding on your religious beliefs. Here, it's used in a political way. He follows a certain political philosophy, and now he's backsliding. He's not following those rules anymore. He's going in reverse. He's doing the wrong thing, according to party members. At the very end of paragraph 21, it says, Goldstein was not the principal figure. He was the primal traitor, the earliest defiler of the party's purity. All subsequent crimes against the party, all treacheries, acts of sabotage, heresies, deviations sprang directly out of his teaching. We have the word heresy in this sentence. And a lot of times in 1984, so far, we've been using religious terms to talk about politics, and I think that's done on purpose. A heresy is a word that you really associate with religion. When you live in a society where there is a very strong religious belief, and you go against that, if you do something that offends this religious belief, so maybe, killing a cow in India would make a lot of people angry. That would be a heresy. Or drinking alcohol in an Islamic society would make a lot of people very angry in that society. That is a heresy. A heresy is when you break the rule of a religion around a lot of very religious people. So heresy in this political climate is going against what everybody is supposed to believe. So everybody has these very strong beliefs about their politics, almost religious. Sometimes it does seem very religious. And if you offend their political sensibilities, you are committing a heresy. That's what's happening here. Goldstein is committing heresies against the party. At the very end of paragraph 21, it says, somewhere or other he was still alive and hatching his conspiracies. The word hatch is the action of something coming out of an egg. So like a chicken being born, a chicken leaving the egg, a bird leaving the egg. This is what hatching means. And we use hatching a plan or hatching a conspiracy. A conspiracy is a type of plan to make a secret plan against somebody. That's hatching a plan. It doesn't have to be against somebody. You could hatch a plan to do something, but it's always secret. When you hatch a plan, when you hatch a conspiracy, it has to be a secret. And that brings us to the end of paragraph 21. And in this paragraph, we learned that they have a daily ritual, the 2-minute hate, where everybody gathers and they collectively hate something. And most of the time, it's a person named Emmanuel Goldstein, a backslider of the party. Somebody who used to be a very important party member and now is doing the opposite. So he is the target of their hate, usually. Okay, well, as usual, right now is a very good time to go back and listen to some of the previous paragraphs and try to remember some of the vocabulary words that we have already talked about, because we've done a lot of vocabulary words and we're just going to do more and more. So if you found this useful, if you feel like you learned something, please press the like button. And if you feel like you could benefit even more from more of these videos, then hit the subscribe button, because we're going to be doing a lot more and you certainly will learn a lot more. Okay, well, until paragraph 22, goodbye.